Good evening to all of you. Welcome you to today's webinar. We are continuing the discussion which we had last week or a week before also on Fibonacci ratio and Fibonacci fan. There are many webinars where we have highlighted this Fibonacci ratio, its utility in identifying support resistance levels as well as sometimes even the trend. And also we have highlighted the utility of Fibonacci ratio in removing the whipsaws. Because in trend following systems have certain disadvantage, particularly in terms of the whipsaws that it may create. But as far as the Fibonacci ratio is concerned, it is one other technical indicator which can be used either as a standalone, it can be used, or it can be used in tandem with trend following system like a moving average, so that you will get a clear picture of support, resistance and even trend change. Now in this Fibonacci, why a Fibonacci fan is also added along with the Fibonacci ratio is to know that whether the Fibonacci ratio level of 38.2% or 50% or 61.8% brings about a trend change. Because sometimes we may say that when the market rallies from one particular place to another high, then it falls. There are different Fibonacci ratios, right? This is we are not highlighting this again and again, but once to recap that, so we have the first this 23.5%, then 38.6, then 50, then we have the 61.8%, and then approximately they generally use 75% sometimes, but 78.5 or whatever. So these are generally used Fibonacci ratio. But how do we know whether it is going to stop year? So we can say that okay, the last level is going to be this. But it did not be, right? So it may even stop at this level itself, right? It may stop at this level. So what is very important is that to see this number or the ratio along with the time factor. So the Fibonacci fan uses a time factor also along with the Fibonacci ratios. So that is where the utility of the Fibonacci fan comes, and also the ability of the Fibonacci fan to identify a trend change, which gives a combination of both the price and time. Because we have seen in the charts before that the price, that is the time axis and then the price axis, right? So let's say price moves from here, then it falls slowly, it falls like this. Then in that case, if it falls very slowly, it may not come up to 78.5 or 61.8% retracement, because the time that it has to take also has to be noted. So let us say this particular point to this point, okay, the price has rallied from 10 to 20, right? So this is a 10 rupees difference, and this 10 rupees difference has come in 10 days. Let us say 10 days it has taken for this 10 rupees price climb. That means it is moving at the rate of 1 rupee per day. So the 45-degree line, which we said is a very important line which divides between a trend change, normally will come at, so you have to draw here somewhere this like this, and then at exactly you have to divide the time frame also, and then draw the line from this to this, cutting across the intersection, that is the 50% of the time that is taken and 50% of the price factor. If you do that, then that particular line becomes a 45-degree line. So there are different lines that you can draw based on this, on 38.5% retracement of both the time factor as well as the price, 50%, then 61.8%. So the last one is the 78 or 75 people, generally they keep it. So you can draw make a grid of both the time and a grid of the price. So a combination or the intersection of that normally will give the Fibonacci fan. So Fibonacci fan is available in all charting systems. That is, whether you go to investing.com, TradingView, or any other charting system, eSignal, any charting system for that matter, will definitely have Fibonacci fan along with Fibonacci ratio. So when we want to know what is the trend change point, we need to know two important factors. One is when we talk about trend change, we are talking about trend change from which price to which price and which time to another time. This is the most important point that we need to know, because it could mean different things for different people. That is, what is a trend change? It means different thing for different people, because if we look at the entire Nifty movement, the Nifty has moved in the last 2 years from 7,500 levels. It has moved up to 18,600 levels and then corrected to 15,650 levels, and then it started to move above 18,000. So are we talking about a trend change from this level to this level? Or are we talking about a trend change which happened previously? There was one important level of say 15,500 or so. So are we talking about from 15,500 to 18,600? That's very important. Then are we now in the present system also? Right now there are from 18,600 there was a fall to 15,600. Or are we talking from 18,300 to 15,600? So what are the price levels which we are keeping for a trend change point definition? So that has to be first identified. Then we have to draw a Fibonacci ratio as well as the Fibonacci fan to find out from at what level the trend has completely changed. Now in the present circumstances, the cutting of 17,300 levels, approximately 17,300 or 17,400 levels has heralded a complete change as far as the price is concerned, as far as the trend is concerned, for the fall bit from 18,600 to 15,600. We will just show you with the help of Fibonacci fan and Fibonacci trend line of how we have identified that. Okay. Now straight away we'll go to Nifty, then we'll look at Bank Nifty, some stocks, then some commodities also, then you'll be able to easily understand that. Now we are using the tradingview.com chart right now. Sorry. Just a minute, please. We can use investing.com also. And we will also use TradingView. Sorry. TradingView login பண்ணோம் அது இல்ல இப்போ திரும்பி இது ஆயிடுது. இது கொஞ்ச நாள்ல சைன் இது பாருங்க கண்டினியூ. Okay. Okay. So now we are using the Nifty chart, and here we are. If you go here on the left-hand side pane, you will get a Fibonacci speed resistance line. So this is the Fibonacci speed resistance fan. So you can use that. Now if you see, now what we are doing is we are using it from the 18,600 levels to this place. Okay. Now you can see the important resistance levels, which is also along with the Fibonacci fans. Okay, now that has been drawn. Now we have not drawn the ratio, we have only drawn the Fibonacci fan. And if you look at the Fibonacci fan, now we have kept it from 18,600 to this level, and you can see the 0.25 line, which has been drawn taking the time factor into account from 18,600 to 15,600, and also the ratio. So at certain intersections of the time frame and the Fibonacci ratio, these lines have been drawn. And if you look at this, you have a 0.25, 0.382%, then 0.5, 0.618 and 0.75 levels. So this 0.75 level has been cut very decisively today at 17,700. Normally there should have been some resistance here, but that resistance has been broken because of some very important developments. So when you are looking at the ratio on the chart, then if we draw only the ratio, let us say I'm just removing this Fibonacci fan right now. I'm only drawing the ratio from this level to this place. So Fibonacci ratio, now Fibonacci retracement from the highest level to the lowest we have seen till now. So if you see the 0.618%, there's exactly the time and the price coincided properly this time. The 0.618 retracement and the 0.618 in terms of time and in terms of price, both of them coincided beautifully here this time. Now we need not get it always the time. That is a 0.618% retracement and the time factor need not be there. But here you can look at it that it just coincided exactly at the place. That is the ratio of 0.618 from the top to the bottom. Okay, and also the time factor, both of them coincided. So this particular level, now if you draw the Fibonacci fan here, you can just see exactly this particular line, 0.618 line, trend line, Fibonacci line, and that and the Fibonacci ratio numbers, both of them coincided properly and provided a great resistance. So generally they take a level which is above the 0.618 itself. That fan normally is taken as an important resistance and the trend change point. But sometimes some traders would like to wait till the 0.75 is also cut. So anyway, right now from the Nifty chart, it's very clear that the break above 17,400 itself has now changed the trend, and we are looking towards a very positive development, and any fall is going to be a correction right now. So once that has happened, now what we should do is, now let's remove this, and we will draw from this level to this level Fibonacci fan to know where the trend change, if a fall is going to take place from this particular level. So here we need we have very steep levels because the price formation also has been quite steep. So first of all, no, we need to get this going from this level, right? The first level of Fibonacci angle is coming now at 17,612 tomorrow. Now around the 17,600, 620 levels is the first level of support that will come. So the first stop loss that you need to tighten as far as the Nifty level is, right now it's going at 17,620 or 630. It may probably will keep increasing, but the trend change will not come till such time. Here you've taken a 0.75 or probably a 0.618. So till such time this particular level is not cut, which is now coming at 16,750 level. So it's too far off right now. So till that point, right now at this point of time, the trend is now still on the upside in the big chart as far as the big chart is concerned. So right now, if you use the Fibonacci ratio and Fibonacci fan, you can identify the first level where probably the stop loss which needs to be put, because you cannot wait for the stop loss to come at a much low level. So this may come somewhere every day. It is going to keep increasing. So right now it's 17,000, probably around the 640, 650 levels, and then it will keep moving. So it's moving at around of even 75, 80 points every day. So I think in 1 or 2 days time, you will have the stop loss even moving towards the 17,750, 17,800 levels or so. So this is the advantage of using both a Fibonacci fan and Fibonacci ratio, because it helps to identify the trend, and the first stop loss point that you have to put, and third, the mega trend change. So what is the advantage of a Fibonacci fan and ratio? We've said that no, it can be used as a standalone tool. So for any trading plan, you need to know the trend change, right? So that trend change can be identified with Fibonacci fan and ratio plus ratio. Okay. One, trend change. Second is stop loss point. Stop loss point. Third is that the same thing. That is now if it is an uptrend, where is the place where the mega trend change can take place? Okay. So it helps you to do this, and the stop loss point itself can become a trailing stop loss, which itself can become a profit target. One. Now another way also looking at every day where probably the resistance can come. Now if you see today, from the lowest level to today's high, we have seen if you draw that, then see why this particular line, today's bottom to today the bottom of 15,650 to today's high is very important, is because number of times the 0.25 Fibonacci fan has been taken support in previous pivot point level. See, for example, at this level where I'm keeping the and, okay, this place. So here if you look at, I'll make a round. Can even keep a mark here. So this place, okay, and see this place. So these are the two places where you can see supports coming. So that means the same support can come when it falls also, right? Similarly, the same line now will offer a resistance place also. So tomorrow probably if it goes a little higher, where the hand is coming, 18,000, maybe 235, 18,235. 18,235 can be close to 18,235 can be a resistance. Close to 18,235 can be a resistance. So it helps you to identify that where the resistance also will come. So to that extent, the Fibonacci fan is very helpful to identify resistance even when the market is in a rally mode. So the same thing you can apply for a shorter time frame also. So let's look at the shorter time frame. Now we'll go to the hourly chart for that. So from we will look at from this particular, because this is a very important low. Of course, this is also a very important low. So we will look at this place. Just say today there was one. If you look at the from the important low of this place, which is also a daily pivot. When we drew the Fibonacci fan, connecting that particular low to today's high, because it went up to certain level today and then it started to fall, right? And then it started to fall. At that point of time, we found out that there could be a support at this 0.25%, right? So this particular place, because now we have the first stop loss on an hourly chart coming here, right? So what is the first stop loss on an hourly chart that will come here tomorrow? The hourly chart right now for us is moving closer to 17,970. 17,970. So the first stop loss that probably that we may get tomorrow is a fall which is below 17,970. Right. So because that is the point, that is the Fibonacci fan support of a 0.25 level based on the intersection of a Fibonacci ratio and as well as the time from today's important high and to an important low of some days back. So when we took that particular level, the 0.25 Fibonacci fan itself is coming and where it took the support today. So now today we should first of all that we should expect is, where do we get the first level of support? So the first level of support can come at this place where we are keeping the symbol, right? So that is coming closer to 17,970 and can keep moving up and up depending on the hourly momentum. So immediately next hour, that is tomorrow morning, if it falls below 17,970, then probably it can go down to these levels. It can go down to the 17,800, and then probably it can even later on it can go to all these levels. So let's not look at all those levels right now. So let's look at this particular level. This is 17,970, 975 right now. Okay, and also we have earlier highlighted that a 3 hours stop loss, 3 hours break, and so that third hour is also coming somewhere here. So this hour, right? This particular hour is also coming here. So that is also coming at 17,964. So the first stop loss that we can keep, trading stop loss, is 17,964. We can keep 17,964 as an important place of stop loss. Okay, and let's look at the Bank Nifty now. So Bank Nifty had a very tremendous rally today because of the HDFC merger, and let's look at the prospects for Bank Nifty. So let's look at the big, from this place to this place, how the trend change, where did the trend change come? So here, this is the 50. This is the GAN line, because this is what we are saying as a 45-degree angle, because it's a 0.5. So wherever you're getting a 0.5 is equivalent to a 45-degree angle. And once that was cut, it also a lot of stop losses can get triggered. 0.5 is an important stop loss place for a lot of traders. Now it is moving towards the 0.75. So tomorrow there is a chance that it can come closer to 38,910 or 915 levels, 910 or 915, and probably look towards having some sort of a resistance at that place. So 38,910, 915 can be some sort of a where probably it can have an hesitation. That is, Bank Nifty can have an hesitation. So it doesn't mean that it cannot break, because if the trend change has to happen, it will break. But what I'm saying is that that particular place can have some sort of an hesitation for Bank Nifty, and it can pull itself a little lower. That possibility is there. Okay. So now we will look at the hourly chart. Now let's look at the trend change from this place to this place. So this is one, and this area, right? So we'll look at the hourly chart. Okay, so we'll look at this place. So Bank Nifty right now, today, after it moved a little to this place, after it moved to this particular level, and once it started to come off from that particular level, then you can see, like Nifty, it also took support at 0.25. The 0.25 line which was drawn from this. So this means on an hourly basis, I would say that probably we can look towards this particular place as a stop loss, somewhere closer to this as a stop loss, and then look towards buying again after a fall, which could be probably get itself down to 0.5, 0.618, 0.785. It can come down to one of those levels and then bounce from that level, right? So right now Bank Nifty is looking quite strong, and the first level of trailing stop loss can come at this particular place. So this is Bank Nifty is concerned. So we look at the really big chart as far as Bank Nifty is concerned. We have seen our daily chart again. We'll go back to the daily chart, and let's look at the trend change from this place to this place. Okay, because I told you it means different. The trend change can have different meanings. Again. Okay, see today in this particular place you can see the 0.75, exactly the 0.75. Now, if you look at it from this place to this level, this price level, when we draw the Fibonacci fan, here it has met the 0.75 Fibonacci line, Fibonacci angle or Fibonacci trend line. But whereas the Fibonacci ratio, it has not gone up to 0.75. It just resistance get closer to the 0.618 itself. So that means that it need not move exactly as the 1:1 ratio. So when you say that, no, when the traders say that we will wait up to a 75% level is crossed, if they are having that opinion has to change in terms of the trend line, because they have to go along with the Fibonacci fan, because it is giving respect not only to in terms of price, but it also gives with respect to time. So that means the Fibonacci fan is one level even better than the Fibonacci fan, because it takes into account the time factor also. So here the 0.75 level came from this particular place to this place. We got it here, and it got very well resisted. And after that, when it started to move yesterday itself, we should be quite long with the considering that a trend change has already taken place. So now we will look at the from this place, from this price level to this price level, let's look at it. See here it took support at the 0.382, approximately 0.382 levels is where the support came. Then when we draw this, then we know very clearly that where are the levels of support and resistance that kept coming, because that line kept on telling us that to what extent the bank Nifty can move, because the movement the 0.382, it fell down to the Fibonacci fan of 0.382. The one upward line, which is the 0.235, normally should provide a resistance. Now what happened is, even that resistance has been broken. Very clearly it showed that the trend is really is such a momentous trend that even good trend lines which have got it resisted has not been able to resist it. So to that extent, the movement in bank Nifty is there right now. Okay, we will look at the big monthly chart and draw a Fibonacci fan from this level to this level. See here exactly the 0.382 took the gave the support. So the Fibonacci fan of 0.382 gave a good support here. And the first support came when it fell down to 0.235, 0.25 levels. Here they measure in terms of 0.25, 0.382, 0.5, 0.618 and 0.75. So the first level of support came closer to the 25% level of intersection between the time and the price axis. So the first level, when it came, it took support, and for a couple of months it went up. Then once it started to break that, then it dipped to this particular level. So very clearly that we could have known from the basis of this line itself. See, we could have been prepared. So when you got this level, right, I think, okay, this is the level. Okay, so when we probably we could move it a little. Okay, so this level, once it started, it also between these two important places of low. So that particular place where you had some support initially, and then once it fell, then it fell to the next level, which we could not have identified with any other trend line. Only the Fibonacci fan trend line gave us a clear support that when it started to move from here, you could have projected that it can move to this place. Now see, again we'll draw it with the Fibonacci fan to help us project the support resistance levels. See, it had support here. So once this support level it was growing here, right? So you can clearly see. So once this line is broken, you could have known that no, it can fall right up to this level. Okay, so there was some further fall that probably took place, but last month when it went up to this particular high, which is the 0.235, the same level, it got resisted. So last month when it went to the same level, we could have seen the resistance coming there. So very clearly, the Fibonacci fan is able to identify that if it falls from one level, then the next level is what? To what level it can go. Now we will also identify the resistance levels right now. So since there is a very steep movement up, probably this now it can move like this. Okay. So this level needs to be watched. As it moves to these levels, we need to watch, because this particular line, the trend line that we have drawn right now from the lowest low to this particular peak, now can act as a resistance, Okay. So this is how you use both the Fibonacci fan and the Fibonacci ratio, which will now look at some of the stocks as well as in commodities. So let's look at the Reliance. Now it will depend on from where to where you want to draw the line. I think this particular level. I think I think it was more pronounced. The correction is more pronounced from this top to this top. So let's use this particular level for drawing the Fibonacci fan and Fibonacci ratio. So identification of the level is also very important. Now when we drew this, you can see the support, the last important support in terms of the Fibonacci came in the 75%. That is the intersection of the time as well as in the price. So this is the most important thing, and so once it started to take support, then we could have gone for an investment. We could have easily gone for an investment from this at this particular level. Now this, if you look at it, this particular low now is pronounced, right? So as and when the correction, as and when it goes up, so the correction takes place, we can draw the Fibonacci fan from this particular low to whatever highs that we are going to get later on. Now based on this, whatever that we have seen, the first the resistances will come as and when it moves closer to this particular higher level, as and when it starts moving up. So here it is. So this month it can probably go up to 27.55 or so, right? So 27.55 or 60 levels is possibly one level where it can get resisted. Then next month it can go up based on that. So right now if it falls, then we should have a support closer to this. This is the first support level that can come, 25.95. Closer to 25.95 will be the first support, and then probably if it all comes next month down, this particular level of 24.55. So investment can take place between 24.55 and 25.95 as far as Reliance is concerned. Now we'll look at TCS. We look at the daily chart. So we'll draw the Fibonacci fan from this particular high to this low. You can see, yes, this level, this 75% intersection level. So this is the last important level of resistance. So now if it now it looks like breaking this. So once this high is broken, 37.79, then there's a complete trend change from this level to this level. That means very high chance that it can probably go back to the 40.40 level. So it will give a lot of confidence that from here it can head to 40.42 levels. So TCS is now tipped to be on the rise and move upwards. Now we'll draw the Fibonacci fan from this level to this level, because this is the high till now it has come, and so the trend change levels are quite far off. Even if it comes down to 3,500 levels and all, probably still we will have good support. So any fall in TCS is going to be a good buy. and any dramatic fall can take it right up to 3500, but otherwise no, we don't expect that to come to that extent on the lower side. So the right now, since it is now moving on this particular line, checking this particular line, the first level of support will come at the 0.25% levels, which is now at 3690. The 3680, 3690 levels is now the place where the first level of trailing stop loss can come, and after that there can be a fall which can take it down to 3647, then 3600. So there is a 50-60 points level we will keep getting support. So those who are looking towards averaging it out can use this particular Fibonacci fan to average. So the first level of support average, this 0.25 can get broken. So better to wait for a 0.382, 0.5 and 0.618 where you can average, because the once you identify that the trend has changed, and you know very well that unless the trend comes much below this, so let us say you would like to average it out. So you can keep averaging it out at these levels. That is the 0.382, 0.5 and 0.618 of Fibonacci. You can average out the stock. Yeah, as far as TCS is concerned. Now let's look at the let's look at HDFC Bank, which has been HDFC itself. What happened to HDFC? So HDFC had a huge rally, and of course it cooled a little bit. But let's look at know whether we were able to look at the trend change, and let's look at the trend change from, let us say, from this particular level. So from this level, this thing to this place. So you can see clearly the first level of trend change came here. So that is where it is marked, right? So this place, you can just see here. So this is an important trend change that took place here, right? So this once this level is broken, so that means the trend from this level to this level has been broken. So that means we should expect now for a trend from this low to this I2, old. So let's look at the Fibonacci fan. We'll draw the ray first, so that you'll be able to, or horizontal line we'll draw. So from this place, okay. So this from this level to this level, the trend was broken here. Okay. So now let's look at from this level to this I, because the trend has been broken here. Then we should expect that this level to this level trend should hold, right? So that we look at it. So there's some keep it there, and yeah. So we have drawn the Fibonacci fan here, and you can see that it did not, though it came down to less than 0.6618, it did not break the 0.75. So this was the last important low. We should not have allowed it to break, and it didn't break. So those who wanted to average it out, as I told you, should have averaged somewhere here, could have averaged somewhere here. Okay, so these are the two places where one could have taken the average and probably looked at the trend in HDFC is concerned. So this is how you normally take a trade. And let's look at the HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank also went up to 1725 and closed at 1656, and the trend change, of course, today it was quite a big day, and see, this is the place From here we are drawing this Fibonacci. So this day, if you see, this was the last important place where the trend change had taken place. So there was a price move above this particular line. So that means we should be looking towards buying on dips. So let's say whether we were able to buy it on dips. Yeah. So if you see, the support here, this is the 0.618 levels, so it took the support here. So this is what we are expecting, that HDFC Bank, if it starts to come to that particular level, we should be a buyer. Now then how do you fine tune that? Now you are expecting a support closer to the 0.5, 0.618. Once it falls to an important level, say which is a 0.618, so maximum it could have gone down up to the next level. Here when it looks like support, that taking support, then on any break of that particular day high, break of that particular day high, we should have gone on the long side. We should have gone on the long side. So here HDFC Bank, the long side could have come somewhere here itself. That is, we could have had a long which is above 1438, which is above the 1438. So similarly, you look at the stocks where an important trend has been broken, and once that trend has been broken, then look for a buy on dip towards a 50 and 61.8% retracement in the Fibonacci fan. That's all. So we will now look at some of the commodities to understand this, whether things are anything different there. We look at gold, international gold price. So this is the daily chart. So we have to identify from where to where we are looking for a trend change, right? So let's look at, probably this could be a very important high for us. So maybe this is an important high for us, low for us. So let's look at this particular low from this place to this place. Okay, so let's draw the Fibonacci, this one. First, I'll draw the horizontal line for you first. Okay. Okay, now we'll draw the Fibonacci connecting this particular low to this high. See the support? See the support, the last important support here. So this particular trend change, okay. What we could have done is that the first level of support came here, right? This is the 0.618. This is the first level. We are expecting a support here, or it to go lower. Now once it came here, then next day it fell below this particular low. Then on that particular day, next day, when it starts to move high above that particular high, we could probably go even on the long side, and keep the stop loss at any point which is below the 0.75 Fibonacci, because we were long here. So we're looking at some support that can come here also. So now the most important stop loss will come below 1890. So the important trend change that we think can happen is going to be around 1890. So as long as 1890 is not broken, we should be looking towards still maintaining our long side in the market. Okay. So if you are looking at some other point of trend change, let's say you're looking towards a big buy, and let me say this is a monthly chart. Okay, so you are looking at some sort of a level between this low to this high. Okay, so those who are looking for investment. Okay. So now you can see the Fibonacci fan drawn from this very important low to the recent high. So if you look at it, the 0.75, this is the most important one, probably for this month itself can come to 1795. So the most important place of trend change is going to be 1795. We don't need to wait for that till, but this is going to be on the monthly chart. So those who are looking towards buying for investment should look at these levels. That is, now it's going to be, it can come first to 0.382, which is 1905. So this month the first support can come closer to this particular level, right? This is 1900. Then after that, when it falls, there is a chance that it can come to this level, right? Which is 1857. So note down that it could be 1900, okay, it could be 1900, then 1857, and if it is going to fall even further, I think we should be looking towards this particular level, this month, 1795. So these are the levels where the gold can be accumulated with a very clear view that below 1795 will be out. So 1900, 1855 and 1795. So those who want to be really patient can wait for 1850 and 1795, average it out, wait out and see what happens then. Okay, so this is as far as gold is concerned, and we will look at the probably we'll look at the crude, Brent crude, okay, Brent crude oil cash. So not much of data has been provided here. So we should be only looking at from this particular low, which is the 65.78 levels. So this is the one for crude. So the crude can have a fall, which could be in this month could be 99. As far as Brent crude is concerned, it could be 99, and then probably if it falls even further, I think we should have a fall which can take it right up to 88. So 99 and 88 can be a very close important support. We don't expect that to happen that much, but right now I think looking at this on 107 right now it's going, so it should be something like 99 to 100 should be a support, and if it falls further, then we should be looking towards 88. We should be looking towards 88. On the daily chart, so this is the daily chart. Having problems in this. So you look at the daily chart, it has broken this resistance. See, from this top to bottom, it has broken the resistance now here, right? So this level has been broken. So once that level is broken, we should be looking towards more of a support level at the bottom level. Okay, so let's look at the support now. So this place now, okay, so this low, because there was it should have held on to this particular level, but what has happened is now because of the disturbances that is there globally, I think we should be waiting for one more important low, and this low has come. So this is a very important low, and any fall below this particular low can drag again. This uptrend that we can say is being negated, and further fall is possible. So Brent crude is now looks to be still okay as far as the last important low, which has been touched 2 times, is not broken. It's not broken. So that we have been able to identify with the help of the Fibonacci fan. Considering the volatility, there are occasional blips which is below the Fibonacci fan or support. But if we look at the Gann fan, which is another important, this one is not coming. You can see this level. This is 8 bar 1 angle, and that seems to be holding right now. So this is going to be the last important level of support that can be there. But generally speaking, it will generally not come up to that level, and probably the 4 bar 1 itself should be good, and 3 bar 1 itself should be extremely good. So we should be looking at this particular level, the 3 bar 1 itself as a very important. Worst come worst, going up to 4 bar 1, okay, which is the 75 degree 75% of the time and the price. So this is how you think about a trend change. Right now, if you look at it from this particular place, the trend change on the downside is still to happen as far as XBR is concerned, as far as Brent crude is concerned. It can come once this particular low is broken. This is the 101, 102 level is broken. Till that time, probably we can say that there is some important support there, okay. This is how we use it in different charts, in commodities as well as in stocks and indices. So if you practice this Fibonacci fan, I think it will give you a very good clue regarding the important levels of trend change and also the support and resistances, please. So if you have any questions today, please ask. Thank you. So thanks for your participation. We will look towards meeting you again this week in the new topic. Thank you very much. Good night. Yeah, thank you.